I looked out the window and there was this beautiful spider, and I think of Will.
Welcome to Stuck in Vermont, brought to you by 7 Days and sponsored by Hotel Vermont and New England Federal Credit Union. My name is Ava Solberger. We are here in Williamstown at the Spiderweb Farm.
Williamstown, Vermont, home of the original website.
Every year, 7 Days looks back at memorable Vermonters who passed away. And this year, we're doing a video about the Spiderweb guy.
And then I'll tell you why they're there.
Okay, tell me why they're there.
To keep the barflies off my elbow.
It's just something he liked doing. He liked being called the Spiderweb guy. He was not a naturalist or anything. It's just that he recognized over the years.
Can make a buck doing it.
Well, that too.
2 years ago, we were here at the Spiderweb Farm talking to Will and Terry about this quirky business venture.
My goal is to produce something that's going to sell.
It's
Really?
a business.
And I have stood there for 40 years now watching people say, oh, I don't like that one, I like this one. And I'm not buying them, he is.
He loved to talk to people.
He definitely loved having the people there. Yeah.
Ready to listen. If they want to talk to me about something their cousin Harry does,
So we miss the humor. We miss the warmth of him.
People from Vermont and beyond loved coming here to talk to Will about his spiders and to buy some of his spiderweb art.
I'll spend the hour among the flowers. I'll stay away from a throng. Let it rain or shine, the world is mine as I'm rolling along.
I'm not the type to hang around.
When we put up that spiderweb sign, real spiderwebs, I heard someone say, oh, look, spiderwebs.
Yeah, it was still the 70s because I remember when we took him down to the farmer's market in Montpelier.
Most of the time, if he could collect a web when people were there, he would. He'd tell them everything. And I'd say, well, you're giving your secrets away. It's no secret, it's simple. And it was.
Hey, there's the champ. That's a funny story.
And he always started his day with a laugh. He always had a joke book nearby. And to the very end, he always read the funnies in the Times-Argus.
Jokes weren't always funny, but he tried.
Oh my goodness. Hey.
I refer to my spiders, well, they're Amish. And they look at it, Amish. Yeah, you know, why set the table if company ain't coming? Joke, right? You go, oh, they're all laughing, ha ha ha. Money. I sell a little bit of Willie Knight.
He's a little self-centered, but that's okay. What the heck? He was a showman.
In 2016, the old barn that housed the Spiderweb Farm burnt down. And 1 year later, Will passed away.
We had our last customer the day before the fire. It wasn't a great year for collecting webs, so he kind of slacked off. Will was tired. Because, of course, he was 90. I heard someone say, boy, look at that forest fire. Oh, my God, it's up on the hill.
5 towns.
5 towns eventually came
towns.
to the fire. While everything inside was destroyed, every bit of inventory was just destroyed.
It looked like a bomb hit, you know. I mean, it was a giant hole.
Will couldn't believe that there was nothing left, that people cared. We had kids from the Williamstown Elementary School, and they did a penny drop. They presented him with a check for $150. And the kids marveled because Will was standing there crying. I said, well, you know, it's really touched him that you did this. The way he felt about it, I mean, this was his whole life. He didn't have anything to live for without that place. And just kind of gave in, and then dear old cancer kicked in. It was really quick. He died at home. We were so lucky. We had everybody everybody was here. And I think he probably saw us all there and said, okay, good a time as any. So we miss him. I do. Nights are long. His cat suffered terribly after he was gone. We all missed him terribly. I got cards from people who remember a visit that they had to the farm. You know, people come back, they email us that, you know, I've been here 10 years ago or 20 years ago. I'm so glad I have a web. I don't know how many times I heard that. Oh, I'm so glad I got one of your webs. he had been a town lister and he had been a tax assessor in Barry. So it wasn't that he was people's favorites otherwise.
And I'll show you the perfect web. I'll show you. Big ones are stories. In my mind, they tell you that he's a king. You know, this is it, pal. This is a spider web.
The last sign he made
was on the barn.
Was
we
on
saved it.
Oh,
And one end was burned. We're gonna put that back on the new barn. Oh, he wanted to save it, and so
Yeah.
we put it back together. We put it back on the wall.
So hopefully we'll carry on his legacy.
Yeah.
Why is this so successful? Why have you been on the Today Show?
Well, when you say successful, how do you compare that with failure? Successful in the sense that I'm happy here.
I'll be blue, just thinking of you and loving you too from now on.
So they have rebuilt the Spiderweb Farm barn, and they're hoping to have it open by spring. So keep an eye on their website, and we will get stuck in Vermont with you again, maybe in a spiderweb real soon.
I say no, it's not Spiderweb man, it's the Spiderweb guy. Because I had a couple of kids up here said, okay, if you're the Spiderweb man, walk up the wall. With you on my arm. He said, what do you call yourself? And I said, the small cabinet store. And he said, oh, well, you can't sell spider webs in the small cabinet store. Laughing. She said, well, let's call it the Spiderweb Farm.
Ta-da.
Dun, dun, dun.